Okay, so this is it. I've decided to start filming workout videos. I started with jump roping, but I think that this would be something fun to do and it would really help me with my training. I would definitely credit my inspiration to be Ivan Jurek for this idea because he has been doing squat every day for the past, coming up on 700 days. I haven't been a viewer for those whole 700 days. I think I started watching it around day 550. But all of his videos are like a gym journal. He's constantly learning. So I decided I would make a similar style video, but with my training. So getting started, we were working with 315 here for a quick 3, working on speed. So originally coming into today, I was just going to work a 5x5 at 315. But I ended up working up to 365 for 1, as you can see here. Goes up pretty smooth. As you can see, I had some lower back rounding. After this, I ended up talking to a guy from the gym. His name is Joe. They call him the Chalk Monster. Now, this guy is a power lifter. He's a very strong dude. And he was giving me some great advice on deadlifting and what works and what doesn't work. He had a very similar mindset to Ivan Jurek and how he tries new things all the time and he's constantly learning. And it was really cool to have that conversation. So as you saw in the last clip, I ended up working 315 for 4 sets of 5 with my deadlift. And not all those sets were 5. On 1 or 2 of those sets, I just did 4. But I was just kind of doing what felt right. After deadlifting, I went over to overhead shoulder press. Here I'm doing 35s on each side for 4 sets of 6. I like to do shoulder presses on my back days, even though I hit shoulders on chest days, because I like to have a lot more frequency, or just to increase my frequency with shoulders. I didn't always do that. It's just something I do now. After I worked overhead shoulder press, I did pull-ups, 5 sets of 5, just working on getting those better and focusing on lat activation. So typically I'll hit back and biceps in a day. This actually wasn't the first bicep exercise I did. This was my second one, and I'll usually alternate between back exercises and bicep exercises. I started with 5 sets of 10 on strict easy bar curls with a pretty moderate weight, keeping it controlled and holding it at the top. I used to do preacher curls on the machine, and they're still good, and I would still do them, but I just like how focused and how isometric the easy bar curl is, because you have to be strict and keep it tight. Here we have my lat pulldowns I was doing. I did 5 sets of 15 with this. I like to work high volume because I am a power builder, so I will do heavy compound lifts, typically 5x5, 5 sets of 3. Some days I'll do singles and triples, but that's pretty rare. And then I'll go and work a full body building routine. So as you'll see here, I'm doing some good mornings. I just started incorporating these. I think I have 25s on the bar here, and this is just killing me. As you can see, I've got the nice pit stains there, but good mornings. I don't know if I'm doing them correctly. It looks pretty good to me, but they are very difficult, especially just this part right here, holding that and coming down that last little bit always kills me. So I don't know if I need to lighten the load or what, but I incorporated these because I heard that they're really good for building a big deadlift. So this is where the workout kind of starts to go off track, because my buddy Patrick was coming in, and he's a day ahead of me in our split. So he's working legs today, and I decided I might as well get some good footage of that and work those with him. But we were talking here for a little while because 2 people were taking up the squat racks forever. So here I'm working some controlled hammer curls. I typically like to do these near the end of my workout, the last 1 or 2 bicep exercises, but I like to finish with cable curls usually. So here is 225, low bar for, I want to say 5, but we'll just have to see. I recently started training low bar again. I've been going back and forth between low bar and high bar since I got back into lifting. I definitely think I'm stronger from low bar, but I've become accustomed to high bar because I was training it for when I was Olympic lifting. So since I'm working 2 heavy compounds in one day, I decided to not do a lot of volume on my squatting and just work up to a heavy single or double. I ended up just doing 2 here with 265. because I just didn't feel like doing 3, which would be me just auto-regulating. I'm a huge fan of auto-regulation and just doing things in the gym based on how my body's feeling and not pushing it because of my ego. I used to do that a lot and get hurt. Here is 275 for a top of 3. I was going for 5, but decided to just set the weight down as the 3rd rep. I came up pretty slow. There you go, with the 2nd rep is already slow. So I really had to push for 3. Here I'll insert a clip of from mid-August. This is my last set of a 5x3 at 275. This is also high bar. This was when I was really working some heavy high bar singles. So after squatting, me and my buddy headed over for some Bulgarian squats. This is with 40s in each hand, which is typically heavier than I'll go. So I decided to hit 4 sets of 8 and then one last set of 15 on each leg. And that's what you're seeing now. I actually just started incorporating Bulgarian split squats about a month ago because when I used to work out in my shed, I would do these and go laces down on the bench just like you're seeing here. But I would wear these really tight Converse shoes and it really hurt my ankles. There's a lot. I don't know if I was putting too much strain on my ankles, too much weight on them. But they feel better now, and I have made some pretty good progression in the last month as I started these with 30s. After split squats, we went over to hamstring curls. Typically, I'll do 5 sets of 10 to 12 on this. I did 5 sets of 10 today, but I keep my heels pretty close together. I've always just felt more in my hamstrings when I do this. I'm not really sure why, but I still feel it when my legs are out, just not as much. Sadly, I didn't end up hitting calves today. I know I'm going to get bashed on in the comments, but I just didn't have enough time to fit a full leg day into a day that I also had already done back, as I think I spent around 4 hours in the gym today. After hamstring curls, we went over to quad curls and did 5 sets of 10. Usually I'll do 5 sets of 10 or 12. Today I went a little heavier than normal and was really focusing on pointing my toes out because I've heard that really targets your tier. I'm not sure what the actual name for the inner quad muscle is, but it targets that. Since today was all over the place, I had a pretty good pump since I'd been in the gym for quite a while. Decided to take some progress videos of just my quads and my legs and my back. So my legs are definitely not my strong point. My arms have always been my strong point. I've always just naturally had relatively bigger and stronger arms in proportion to my other body parts. But I've definitely made a lot of progress in the past year with my legs, going from, well, about a 225 squat to a 315 squat, so adding a full 90 pounds. Here, I don't think that I'm spreading my lats out enough, or at least my buddy told me I wasn't, but tell me what you guys think below. And that's actually all the footage I ended up getting today. But it was a good long workout, and I'm glad that I got to do a little bit of posing practice at the end and kind of see where I'm at with my physique.